The Bell Chime at Widow's Hill. It started, as most hauntings do, with a sound no one could place. Every night at precisely 3:17 a.m., a single bell chime echoed across Widow's Hill. No churches stood within miles, and no one in the sleepy town of Elbridge claimed to hear it. Except for Thomas Ray, a 42-year-old custodian with too much time and too little sleep. The first time he heard it, Thomas chalked it up to a dream. The second time, he was sure it came from the tree line behind his house. By the third, he'd memorized the pitch, E-flat, clean and cold, like striking brass in snow. So on the seventh night, flashlight in hand, Thomas trudged up the old path to the top of Widow's Hill. Locals avoided the place, said it was cursed since the 1800s, when Clara Morrow threw herself from the cliff after her husband died in the mines. Her body was never found, just a cracked silver bell in the snow. The wind howled as Thomas stepped over fallen branches and broken stone. At 3:16 he reached the summit. Nothing. No light, no movement. Just stars above and forest below. Then the air changed. It grew heavy, dense. Not cold, not warm, just wrong. And then he heard it again. Chime. This time it was louder, nearer. He turned. Behind him stood a figure in a tattered lace gown, her hair matted, her skin pale and sunken like river stone. Her eyes were hollow. In her hand, she held the bell. "Who are you?" Thomas whispered. The woman tilted her head. "I wait," she said, voice distant like a crackling phonograph. "He promised. He never came back." "I'm sorry," Thomas said, unsure why. She stepped forward. The bell didn't move, but again it rang. "Chime. Each night," she said. "One more step, one more ring, but I never reached the edge." Thomas backed away, his foot hitting a loose stone. "Do you want help?" Her eyes flared wide. "No one ever asks." A gust of wind blew, trees groaned, the stars dimmed. The bell swung once, slow and deliberate. "Chime. Then help me remember," she said. "Why I stayed." Thomas blinked, and suddenly he was not on the hill. He stood in a dim parlor lit by oil lamp, the scent of lavender and soot heavy in the air. A man's coat hung on a hook. The bell rested on the mantel. A voice, Clara's voice, called out, "Daniel!" The front door burst open. A telegram fluttered to the floor. "Mine collapse. No survivors." The room blurred. Back on the hill, Thomas gasped. The woman stood at the edge now, translucent. "You remembered for me," she said. "That is enough." She stepped forward and vanished. The bell dropped at Thomas's feet, silent. The next morning, Elbridge woke to quiet skies, and for the first time in over a century, no one heard a bell at 3:17.